Hey everyone, welcome to From the Depths. I'm Minty, and this is episode 3 of the Battleship Brawls Season 4. This episode we have the HMS Overlord by Thompson still running as the active combatant. We'll be facing off against a newcomer. First time we're seeing this ship, the Capital, by I Lack Creativity in Names. Kind of sitting a little low in the water there, but it'll pop up once the battle starts. Very small ship, both slender and not very long. Like you can let's just zoom out and do a comparison here. It's like just look at this difference in size between the Capital and the Overlord. I mean, the Overlord is a fairly large ship, but this is fairly small. Has a lot of guns on it though, a lot of turrets. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 dual-barreled guns, 24 guns. An impressive armament to be sure. It's very shiny. But it's got a neat aesthetic to it. It looks like it would fit right in with like the Onyx watch if it weren't chrome red. They don't really do those colors. Is this just a glass? Oh, it's for detection. Okay. That's a dangerous decision. An explosion can easily just work its way in there, and there's an ammo box right there, and yeah, that is risky. Got the nice little control/conning tower thing. Oh, that might be the same thing. Who knows? I'm sure somebody will tell me either on the Discord or in the comments if I'm being redundant there. AI up here. That's also a risky place to put AI. It's sticking out through the top even. Well, that might just be aesthetics? I don't know. No, it's probably for the detection. Yeah, well... No, it's got a transmitter, or receiver, I mean, on it. And for some reason, the exhaust is coming up through the tower there, coming out the top. But, oh, wow, that water really... hit that water, it really distorts things when you're like right at the edge. Got the engine here. It's a bit exposed, not really armored up, and it looks like this is made out of alloy, I think. Or is that metal? It's hard to tell with the shiny chrome redness. I think that's actually metal. Actually, I think there's metal and chrome, possibly? I don't know. I think that's actually metal. Yeah, I think that's actually metal. Got a little pirate skull flag here with another AI with some processing power on it. It's a very small ship though, like it's not tall either. And it's in here looking fairly hollow. It's coming in way under budget, which is going to be a severe disadvantage against something like the Overlord that used every last point. But we'll see what happens. We'll go ahead and get this battle underway. Overlord firing immediately as it wants to do. Capital answering with a few pure HE shots of its own. Overlord shells are coming in. Oh, just barely clipped the back of the turret there, but no actual like lasting damage. Ooh, but that turret just yeah, that turret is dead and gone. Good night, Irene. Oh, some more shells coming in. Let's go see how the high explosive shells of the Capital fare against the Overlord. Ooh, perfect timing. That shell landed right in the face of that turret and blew off a couple of guns. The turret mostly survived. It looks like. I don't think it really got in there and cored anything out. It just destroyed barrels. Oh, now this gun took a hit as well, though. All that HE is paying off a little bit. So far, it's 93% for the Overlord, 93, basically even between the Overlord and the Capital. I don't know how long that'll stay true, though, because the Capital has gotten some lucky hits in and knocked out guns. Does a significant amount of damage. but has a lot more blocks to fight with. So unless the capital keeps getting lucky shots, like the Overlord just has way more HP to fight with. The guns are much easier to disable, it looks like, because wow, there's a lot of disabled guns on the capital already. But the Overlord is down to 88%. Like I can't deny that the capital is actually given the Overlord a pretty good run for its money, despite being significantly smaller and just as lightly armored, really. That HE is doing some work against the Overlord there, but the capital is not fired a shot in a while. Are all of its guns disabled? I think it lost all of its guns. It's also dead in the water. Is it AI dead? No, we can still see that one AI is still intact up there, so it's not AI dead. It's having some minor issues here, though. It's not a very fast ship. It only has these 2 propellers on the outside. I'm sure it has JBGs somewhere inside the hull. But oof. Capital down to 78%. Yeah, Overlord taking the advantage here. Now that the capital has, you know, no guns to fight back. Oh, it has. This gun is firing now. It just had to turn to bring it into the proper arc. Oh, and it immediately gets hit and knocked out. Well, so much for that. Gauge damage gun up here is firing, but those piddly little shells are just gonna, like, they won't even do anything to wood. Just, if they can even reach. Small cram shells like that have notoriously bad, yeah, see, they're dunking into the water. They have notoriously bad muzzle velocity, so not even reaching the Overlord even at this short of a distance. Oh, there's a shot from the Overlord. That actually hit? Nope, it went under. Or I meant from the capital, but it went under the Overlord. Did not hit. Overlord's continuing to pound shells into the capital here. Capital's hull is holding up okay, but it is taking significant damage. It's actually slightly below the water line now. Like, its deck is below the water. It's having some buoyancy issues. Not quite sinking, but definitely not having a good time of it. It's down to 70% health, and if it gets too low, if it gets much lower, it'll get an 80% in sinking despawn. Once that center of mass goes beneath the water, I think, or something. I'm actually I'm not sure how it triggers 80% in sinking. Because I know a lot of ships have their center of mass below the waterline just as a default state, so it can't be that. I don't know. The game always seems to know when a ship is sinking. Capital not even aiming its guns anymore. Overlord putting some distance between them despite that. Landing a hit there on the side. Knocking some block confetti into the water. I think the capital is basically done as long as the Overlord doesn't sail out of range here. It's won this match. It currently only has 1 gun able to fire on its target. Whoops, went too far down there. These guns will, yep, there it is. Overlord is bringing itself about, bringing its frontal guns back into the mix. Why is this one not firing? It's aimed, it's ready, should be loaded. Don't know why it's not firing. Capital is down to 66% and is just dead in the water. It's just basically waiting to be killed at this point. The Overlord settles back into its broadside. capital has run out of materials to repair with, so it basically has nothing it can do at this point. And the Overlord seems more than capable of keeping itself in range. So I don't think the capital has any hope for winning this round left. Circle around it and launch broadside barrages into the capital until it dies. One of those guns must have some barrel damage or something, because I saw a couple shells dunk into the water. I wonder if that's this gun. Or maybe one of these ones over here. I don't know. This gun looks like it took some hits, but the armor held. It didn't knock off any barrels. The armor actually survived the HE. The capital's down to 58%, having even more extreme buoyancy issues now that it's not moving. I don't know how it's not getting a sinking despawn at this point, but it will not matter here in a few moments. Capital is running out of blocks. Yeah, okay. Oh, yep, that'll be it. That's the next hit. Yep, there it goes. The capital is officially 2 damaged and going to despawn here. Just a moment. And there we go. That is the end of round 1 here. The capital is defeated by the Overlord. And yeah, as you can see, the capital is 60,000 material shy of the limit, while the Overlord is exactly at the limit. And the capital did fairly well. I can only imagine like how much better it would have done if excuse me. Oh, that yawn came out of nowhere. I can't imagine how much better the capital would have done if it had used that 60,000 materials to build more ship. Very well could have defeated the Overlord here. But that was only round 1. We got at least one more round. Got to do best 2 out of 3. So let's get that underway. And with the few propellers the capital has, it moves really slow. So if the Overlord were to aim forward, like at a spot forward, it's going to manage to. Now I'm coughing. Wonderful. I'm going to manage to land shots just as it did there. I was going to say, and without a lot of space to absorb the damage, the guns are getting taken out rather easily. Had some clipping going on there, but that was because the barrels were shifting. A frog in my throat. Alright, Capital. Oh, Capital is actually getting hammered really hard this time. It's down to 87%. While the Overlord is at 97%. Oh, excuse me. Got something caught in my throat here. Now, perfect timing right in the middle of a match, right? Sorry about that, not much I can really do. But it looks like the Overlord here has lost a gun. It got blown apart by the HE. Got some gun damage here, but not nearly as much gun damage as what happened in the first round. and the capital is getting absolutely pummeled due to the increased firepower that the Overlord has over the last round. Man, yeah, that's painful. Capital's down to 72%. Overlord's just like, yeah, no, that was a little too close last round. I'm not gonna mess around this time. Just setting into its broadside circling pattern and going to gleefully rain its shells down all over the capital. Capital only has, looks like maybe one functional gun left, or at least one that's aiming. I don't know if it's functional or not. Yep, it's still functional, so it can fire out that one shell, but that ain't gonna cut it. Oh, and it is listing heavily. It's just getting absolutely shredded by the Overlord's armament now that the Capital didn't manage to take out some guns early. Now this is a way more thorough victory for the Overlord this time around, because there's no way the Capital is going to pull back from this at 57%. I mean, it still has materials to repair with, but the rate the Overlord is dealing damage to it, yeah, it's not going to matter. There it is, 54%, 53%. That's going to be it. The Capital is about to despawn. And there it goes. So that is it. The Capital is defeated. In first round was a little bit closer. Second round was an absolute raffle stomp by the Overlord. It lost a couple of guns here, but for the most part, it is more or less intact at 92% health. It did a rather fantastic job, just shredding its opponent this time around. But anyway, as usual, down in the description there will be links to the Hall of Beauty votes for both of these vessels. So if you want to vote on one of them, go ahead, get started on that. It'll be open until 1 week after their retirement. And also, if you want, come join us on Discord. There's a small community of us who've gotten together on my Discord, which will also be linked in the description. And if you're new to the game and you have some questions, you can come ask there, get some answers maybe. There's a lot of helpful people around. I try to help as well, but I'm not the best builder. So there's a lot of little tricks and tips that I probably can't really help with, but there are others. You can always try, or you can just come chat, hang out, have some fun. And, do the whole like, comment, subscribe thing. Other YouTubers beg for that enough that I don't have to go into detail on that. I'm sure you know what I mean. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the battlefield.